What's up, my brothers and my sisters from another mister? So today we're going to do a comic book review of Haunt, issue number 3, The Secrets of Kurt and Daniel, Otherworldly Espionage and Murder Life, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. We begin this issue exactly where we left off at issue number 2. Daniel and Kurt go into this house, this abandoned house, go down the elevator in the secret button that's inside a closet, get downstairs, and Daniel is met with men with guns. And Kurt tells him, don't panic, just tell him that you need help, that's what you came here for, don't make any sudden moves. And Daniel, not being, accustomed to all this, he makes a sudden move and tells him, hey, people trying to kill me and Kurt's like, man, I told you not to make any sudden moves. So he gets met with a dart in his forehead, passes out from the tranquilizer, wakes up, and Kurt tells him right on his bedside in a jail cell, I told you not to make any sudden moves. They parked us in here until you wake up, and they'll probably come get us. I mean you, since Kurt's already dead, they'll probably come get you soon. So Daniel asks, who are these people in his jail cell? And Kurt tells him these are homeless Bolivians. As far as he can tell, they were the subjects of Dr. Schillinger's experiments, and that's from issue number 1. And that was the mission that Kurt told his brother Daniel when he went to him in confession in the first issue. So Kurt continues to tell Daniel, I guess they're keeping them in here in HQ until they know if they're okay. But from what I can tell, these are not the affected bunch. The ones that were worst, much more affected, they're probably keeping them somewhere else, trying to help them out. And Daniel asks, are they dangerous? And this eerie looking woman does this thing, and she just looks at him like kind of possessed and creepy and eerily and says, Haunt. And then Kurt's like, what did she say? And Daniel's like, yeah, what did you say? I know you. I can see him. The one truly not here. The one who saved me and the rest. He has passed into the next realm, but he has not left us. He remains with you. Bound, the two of you are connected by blood. Your two souls intertwined. 2 lives mixed into one. And Daniel's like, well, can you see my brother? And Kurt's like, shit, this is some shit right here. She spits and she draws a symbol of Haunt into the ground. I see the hollow space where a man was, a spirit not meant to be here, bending all that is to remain here. I see an unnatural being tethered to a realm he should have left behind. He's stuck here, but this is the nature of things. When our time comes, we pass on. The lives we live leave an imprint on the world. Our energy remains for a time, but quickly spirals out of existence. A second death, more permanent. But your blood binds you. Your life feeds a spirit, protects it, forms a barrier between this realm and the next, which keeps him here. Haunt. That is who you are. You keep this one here, his life depends on you, but I think very soon your life will depend on him. That's pretty creepy. So we go into this next panel right here where a creepy woman comes in, but she's kind of creepy hot. So she goes in and she just lays it all out on the table like, Daniel, we know everything about you. We know you're a priest at St. Patrick's on 5th. You've been there for nearly 6 years, but you're still an associate pastor. You keep to yourself, you don't have any friends, you eat 2 meals a day, sometimes 1, but never 3. You see the same prostitute an average of 3 times a week. Hey, a brother's trying to function. Anyways, you pay for this by stealing money from the church. Okay, that ain't cool. She gives you a discount for hearing her confession, which you recently began making her do before your session begins, because somehow that makes you more. Anyways, let's cut the shit. I want answers. Our agent, your brother, saw you on the regular basis. We keep track of him, and before we even get into how you got into this ultra secret place, you recently called one of our employed the cleaner. Please explain how you get that freaking number, and please explain the body that you had that cleaner dispose of. So Kurt looks at Daniel like, yeah, tell him everything. And Daniel's like, okay, fuck it, I'll tell him everything. So as he begins to tell her everything about Kurt being killed, the ghost of Kirk is still with him, this lady just thinks some bullshit, so decks him in the face, breaks his nose, and she thinks this is a waste of time, and she leaves with the director and tells Daniel, when you're ready to talk, then you come back. So it's kind of funny. Daniel's pissed, and Kurt tells him, truth be told, I knew Beth was a bit of a hothead, but I never could have guessed she decked you like that. Sorry about that. So other scientists having a conversation that they see Daniel, Kurt's brother, like there's no way this guy could be an agent of the other side. So they have their own theories as to why he's here. So the guard escorts Daniel into his cell and tells him lights out in 20. He just leaves and he's just sitting in sorrow and darkness and pity, and the girl goes up to him. You are not now. He just tells her, no, just go home. Go home. Well, she is home right now, but he tells her to get away. She gets away, he falls asleep, and Kurt tells Daniel to wake up. Wake up. Yo, damn it, Daniel, wake up. And it's that guy who tortured Kurt in the first issue with the tranquilizer ready to put him lights out. He wakes up after being injected, and the guy tells him, after that kicks in, you're coming with me. Don't matter to me if I have to break your arms before then, and please, for your brother's sake, be smarter than your brother was. We want some damn answers. But this guy transforms into Hunt. And this guy could just look at him like, what the hell? Oh, so he gets slit by Hunt's suit right in the side. And Kurt wonders, how did this guy get in here? He's a freelancer. He's not the guy who had me killed, but he's the guy who did the deed. And then Danny's like, how should I know? Just stay back. The guy looks at him like, are you some kind of spaceman or something? You don't scare me. I've seen worse. Okay, well, you cut me, I'm gonna cut you. Now it's my turn. And Hunt looks at him and just blasts him the hell up out that jail cell. But thinking that this guy is just human, getting blasted through the jail cell like that by that kind of superhuman strength, you would think that would be enough to end this guy's career right now. But it's not. He's still up. And to Kurt's surprise, he's very surprised about that. But this guy, with his sheer determination and will, tells him, you're fading fast. I warned you and your brother. Just don't make things worse for yourself. And guess what? You know how many things I could do with this knife and still keep you alive? I'm gonna show you. But before he can show him and give him a demonstration, he gets his arm cut off, or actually his wrist, and it's just like a clean cut where you probably don't feel the pain right away, but damn it, you're gonna feel it later. But Kurt and Daniel stomp on his head and end this guy's career. Hunt gets up and all these guns are pointed at him. Now everyone's terrified. As this tranquilizer starts to kick in, Daniel tells him, please, just don't. And Kurt tells Daniel, it's okay, we're safe now, just don't shoot. He passes out on the ground. He wakes up in the interrogation room and Beth is like, well, tell us a story. And this director's like, answers, Mr. Kilgore. We want answers. So the director tells him, you killed multiple assailants at your brother's apartment. You knew who to contact and you knew how to contact the cleaner. We now know that your boss, Father Pearson, has been murdered. You gain access to this facility through means that we cannot easily ascertain. Now we have a freelance interrogator who also gained access to HQ through unknown means that you murdered using some sort of bodysuit that appears to be, for lack of a better word, magic. Can you even begin to explain these events? So Daniel tells him, listen, look, it's Kurt. His ghost is with me. He's here. He helped me kill those men. He told me how to contact the cleaner. He brought me here. It's all him. That suit, it's him. How else could I do these things? I don't know what more proof I can give you. Initially, they look at him like, okay, we don't know what to believe. Director's stance is like, sometimes the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. He gets up and leaves. And Kurt tells Dan, yeah, that was director's stance, and he's the man of very few words, and I never really got along with him, but you really must have spooked him because he believes you. And Beth, on the other hand, just has her arms crossed and just not believing it. And Daniel asks her, so do you believe me? And she's like, no, I don't accept this. I've seen stranger things than that goose suit, but that doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and let you tell me that ghosts are real. It's just not going to be that easy. I need proof that Kurt is with you. So she tells him, prove it to me. Prove that Kurt is here with you. Have him say something that only I would understand, that only he would know. And Kurt tells Daniel to tell her Autumn leaves, and he does it. And when he does that, she bursts into tears. And in that moment, based on the look on her face, Daniel knew what's up. You cheated on Amanda, you cheated on your wife, and that it just gives Daniel another emotional layer to this, because now we know why Daniel and Amanda have that awkward conversation, that awkwardness, because Daniel loved her, and Kurt, probably Mr. Steal Your Girl, that happened to be his blood, his brother, stole his girl, stole the woman he loved, and told Kurt, you could have had any woman you ever wanted, but you had to have her, and you couldn't even be faithful to her. You couldn't even be happy with her. This is not right. And he's pissed. Amanda was special to me, and you couldn't do it. I loved her. Damn you, Kurt. And all this exhaustion and anger just puts Daniel in an exhausted state, and he just collapses and falls to the ground, and this leaves Kurt feeling guilty AF. And director stands like, yo man, if he's faking it, then he's really going to great lengths to sell it. And Beth is like, I think I believe him. So Director Stantz asks Beth is Assistant Director Rhodes in yet. She's going to want to be briefed on the situation as the head of the investigation of Kilgore's murder. And Beth tells him she's on her way. She gets out the car, she talks to this mysterious guy, whoever she is on the phone with, and tells her, hey man, I got this. She'll walk in and smooth things over and it'll be like, hey man, it'll be cake. But on another island, this angry mobster, whatever this guy is, he does not look like somebody I want to mess with. And he tells her it better be smoothed over, Miss Rhodes. With Dr. Schillinger dead, we need his notebook or everything we've ever worked toward will fall apart. So one of his mistresses or one of his playdates tells him, hey man, come back to bed. Sorry, my dear, work never affords me a moment of rest. But come watch this beautiful sunrise. It's a new day. And that's where we end this issue of Haunt, issue number 3. Personally, I love how we get a little bit more detail with the story without getting too much into it. I know you got to establish the first story arc with all the characters and all the building plot points of it all. I think it's very well written and very intriguing on my part. I absolutely dig it. I know we're 3 issues in and we haven't got much into the story, but we got a lot more than what we had before, but just enough to keep me wanting more. We hungry. Link in description if you wish to add this comic book and or any of our other Rated Comics exclusives to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. With that being said, if you like the content we're throwing up, you know what to do. Like the video and subscribe to this channel. Here at Rated Comics do awesome comic book reviews, comic book related content with the occasional comic book giveaway. Also, this review is sponsored by coffee, so if you'd like to buy your boy a cup of coffee, link in description or donate to the super thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to this channel. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.